So were you nervous using your own voice for Fuck It, I'm Alright?
But like, I remember when they sent the demo, like the whole time, the back of my head was just like, hopefully they said no. Hopefully they said no. And
Oh.
that was when I knew that I wanted to do it myself. And then my dad had a stroke actually 1 week before Million Days came out. So because of that, it just tied to like why I care so much about the song. And then last thing is the first achievement that I've ever like gotten. I feel like
Are you still diving into like any other genres you want to try out, or are you like testing the waters with any of them at all?
I feel like I didn't even think about. I honestly, I don't even think about genre. Like I feel like I'm just making like whatever I like, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then like whatever that sounds like, I guess people can decide what genre or categories they want to put that into. But
Welcome back to another episode of Back in Body Hurts podcast with Canadian ravers. Today we have some special guests and we have a melodic dubstep gem today, SABAI.
what's up, everyone?
Welcome to the pod.
Welcome.
Sabai.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And we also have Ryan Mirage, which is a local Toronto DJ. This episode, we have SABAI in Toronto. So how has your current tour been so far?
It's been really, really good. This year, I actually only do one tour. Last year, I did two. It was a little too crazy, 2 tours. So this year, I'm just doing this tour right now, Fuck It, I'm Alright. And we're about 30% into the tour right now. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stops coming up in this month and next month, right?
Yeah. So this is like the full run now where I'm pretty much gone every weekend until mid-December, I
Nice.
believe. Yeah.
I see. So were your tours last year like back to back or like 2 months apart or something?
No, it was like 2 tours in 1 year on top of like, festival and other random shows.
Yeah.
So that was, I definitely pushed my limit. I didn't know my limit back during like last year. This year, I think it's a lot better. Yeah.
Do you think you spent like less than a month in Vancouver or more than that?
No, so I'm actually, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually still live in Vancouver quite a lot. So how I tour is like, Thursday or Friday, I would fly out for a show, but then I'm actually back at home from Monday to Thursday.
Oh, nice.
So
I mean, I think
I'm
you
still in
need that
Vancouver.
balance. I think
Exactly,
we'll talk about
yeah.
that later about like,
Mhm.
the pressures of the industry, because I think when you talk to many artists, just touring constantly and not being at home for even that reset period is just draining.
Yeah.
And some people do it for extended periods, like they're gone for a month. Even that will take a toll over time. So
Totally,
it's good that
yeah.
you found that nice balance in Vancouver, but once again, home, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So any highlights or surprises so far for this tour?
Yes, highlights and surprise are kind of the same, I guess, but wait, when is this being aired?
It's probably in the next month.
Okay, so I can say it. So I have a really, really exciting collaboration coming up. It's with Halion and
Oh.
Andy. So Halion's like
Gem.
incredible vocalist from like trance and melodic bass. Like she's just so incredible. We got to like connect and write with her. And then for Andy, a lot of you guys probably saw his video. It's Andy and Michelle. So they're
Yes.
like
Oh,
the
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
it's,
you
uh,
guys
the
hang
couple.
out like a while back.
Yeah, so how we met was so random too. It was like it's so organic. Like I think he just like they commented on one of my videos. They were like, "Yo, where's our invite to one of your shows?" And I was like, "Say less." And then I hit them up when I was playing at Beyond, and that's when we met at Beyond SoCal. And then we become like really good friends. Like, and then after that, he was like, "Dude, I love like melodic bass," and I was like, "Dude, do you want to do a song together?"
Oh
And
my
then
God.
I ended up working on this tune called "Say It to Me," which is my favorite song that I ever made. There's 9 people working on it. There's 9 writers on it.
Mhm.
And it's like a cross between melodic bass, rock, and then K-pop.
Ah.
Do you think
yeah.
it gets chaotic with so many hands on deck in one song? And so many
It-
sub-genres too, right?
It does, but I think you just have to keep massaging it.
Mm.
And then this song was like took me like almost like 8 months, I think. So it definitely like took some time to like, keep finding like the it's like a puzzle. You're putting the puzzle together.
Yeah,
So I'm really happy.
It's
with
funny
it.
talking to artists too, because whenever you have collabs, this could be something dormant for like months, and all of a sudden you guys schedule that Discord call, schedule that Skype call, and then like go
Yeah.
back and with 9 people, man, I imagine it probably took a little bit of time to
Yeah.
kind of iron it out.
It's
Yeah.
still melodic, right? As you said.
Yeah, I can show it to you after or something.
Okay.
Okay,
But
perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Awesome.
at the time of this recording, Sabai is playing Department today. So this episode will probably come out in the next month, but yeah, you'll see it on our stories tonight. So
Perfect.
if you're in town, definitely check it out.
So for your Toronto show tonight, how has your impression been for Toronto so far? How many times have you been here? It seems like I've known you for loosely like 4 years since that was your first time coming to Toronto, right?
That was actually my first show at SABAI.
Oh,
Like getting booked outside of like my like Vancouver.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that was very nice. to be there.
2021, right? The end of 2021. Yeah.
I hope I could find some clips. Like I remember like just like being like a little groupie on stage. It was very nice though to meet you.
Yeah. It was like there was like 50 people or something, you know.
So would you say Toronto holds a special place?
It really does. I think Toronto is one of my favorite cities. If I wasn't touring so much, I think I'd be living here actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
But because I tour a lot on weekends, I find Vancouver is better when you're just like wanting to like chill in nature, nothing. But like I find like Toronto has more stuff. It's like a lot of things to do. So definitely like hold a special place in my heart. And every time that I come here, the crowd has always been so insane.
Yeah, the melodic
The
dubstep
energy is crazy
Yeah.
every time. So yeah.
I think everybody's just fiending for good music, and especially we're colder than Vancouver, right? So like it's
Mm.
like people like to stay in, and when there's like a really good event going on, it's like a rager. So you definitely get a good crowd for your fan base. So I know you carried in a suitcase today to our studio. I wanted to ask you about your new merchandise.
Yeah, so super, super excited for this new merch. We got like a brand new jersey and new patch, and this is with the new design. So I've been working with this Thai designer. I found him from, so he sells his artwork to an art gallery in Thailand, and that's how he makes a living. And when I saw his art, I'm just like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like I reached out to him, and he couldn't speak English at all. So
Uh-huh.
I have to be like the person like
Oh.
talking to him, and like, you know, and then he helped me design my whole EP artwork and also the merch design that I'm doing right now.
The merch is beautiful though.
Yeah,
It's going to be at
thank
the
you,
show
man.
tonight?
Yeah, it
Oh,
will be. Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. I feel like you have to, in the melodic dubstep thing, you have to elevate your merch game compared to a lot of other genres, because
Mm,
everyone out there, their merch is amazing, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
like-
saw your design that you posted this week, and I'm like, wow, that's beautiful.
thank you, man.
It
Thank you.
stands out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unique to you, and it's just unique to whoever owns it.
Yeah,
right?
I
Which
love
is
it.
cool.
I love it so much.
And that's the main thing. And you love it, then hopefully it resonates with your fans, right? Which is good.
Can you talk a little bit about the story behind it? I know you mentioned it on your social media platform, but for people who don't know yet.
About the this designer that I'm working with.
Oh no,
or-
the graphics.
Oh, the graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so actually let me show you the photo. So
Sure.
the graphic of my tour flyer, fuck it, I'm alright.
Mhm.
It actually came from my song "Fuck It, I'm Alright,"
Yes.
where I wrote when I was touring last year, where I kind of pushed my limit. I didn't really know my limit, you know. I was doing like 3 shows, 4 shows sometimes a
Mhm,
week, and I barely got any sleep. And then when you're dealing with jet lag and adrenaline from the show,
Mhm.
some people can do it, but I couldn't sleep. So I was in Detroit and I couldn't sleep for 5 days in a row. And like my body was so like exhausted. Like I was not okay. Like I have like this massive headache. I was like by myself in the hotel in Detroit, and then my heart was like pumping and I was really scared. And I was like really questioning everything of like, wow, like the burnout is really scary when your health is put at risk. And I was working with my brand director about coming up with like a tour name and like, you know, this design of like the Fuck It, I'm Alright tour. And then we thought about this dog on fire meme. So like, I don't know if you guys can see
Oh,
this,
this
yes.
one. Yes.
but like this.
Oh,
this
yeah.
one.
Put it
Show it to
up.
the
Classic,
camera.
classic.
Classic
Well, I'll have a
one.
bigger
Classic
picture up in the
meme.
video
Yeah.
Dog on
too.
fire. And then which became this
Inspiration.
yeah, for this, because it's kind of like this guy
Oh,
and everything's
that's
like
cool.
a chaos, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
based off the poster,
So
guys.
it's based off of
Yeah.
this.
I got a question about the poster. Did you have to? The requirement was to bleep fuck.
Oh my god, yes. Let me
No.
tell you a story about that.
I'm like, huh? This is like, I'm assuming you had to do that.
Yeah, so for me, like my team was like warning me. They're like, hey, like why don't we just call it I'm Alright Tour? And I'm like, nah, we're gonna call it Fuck It, I'm Alright. Like it doesn't give the same, like, you know. And then my team was like, we're gonna run to prom. I was like, bring it, like we got this. And then when we did like this flyer, we have like so many versions. I think I spent like a good 3-4 weeks because Meta keep like
Blocking.
blocking it because it have the word like fuck. And then I was like talking to the designer. I was like, oh, what if we like design like the character to have like an FUCK shape, you know, but Meta can still catch it with their AI. So like we ended up, and then like the promoter, they also don't want to risk promoting this ads on their page because it could get taken down. So we ended up having to blur everything. But like we went through everything. I even like tried to like come up with like because I'm Thai, I was like, what do we call it? Like Phuket, like fuck it,
yeah.
I'm alright, but write in like a Phuket way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just ended up like we just have to blur it. That's why it's blurred right now.
But the thing is, you can read it, which is good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it gets
yeah.
the point across because I actually like how bold it is. It's like,
oh,
right?
thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Especially in the melodic dubstep scene with like the emotions and all that. It's like, no, fuck it, I'm all right, right?
Yeah, like I'm alright, just didn't hit, you know.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree with you. You made it work, which is great.
yes.
Yeah, so I definitely remember you talking about your story in Detroit, and we will circle back to that because we have some topics related to, you know, health later on in this episode. But I have a question. So I know what your stage name means, but did you ever like think back to it like while you were going through that phase of burnout? And
to be honest, no, not at all. Like I think like I didn't think about like, you know, the name. I know SABAI means comfortable in Thai, but during the burnout, I think I was just more focusing on like how to find my balance again. Yeah. But in a way, I guess like, you know, that's probably what I should have gone back to.
do you have like a further backstory to your name, or you just...
It's not that cool of a story, but I'll tell it anyways.
Yeah.
So I used to work at a company called Monster Cat. It's a record label in Vancouver.
Famous.
Yeah. And then I got I did a remix for Vice Tone, and then they approved it actually. And then they're like, oh, like we're locked in, we love your remix. And then they're like, what's your artist name? And I didn't have an artist name at the time. So I ended up just the whole company, like all like the CEO of Monster Cat, like all the everyone was like trying to help me come up with this name. And I remember I ended up just typing on Google cool sounding Thai words. And SABAI was like in the top 5. And then I really like how like the SABAI sounds. And then I think I built like the story and the world around SABAI after I picked the name. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna do SABAI and then build it. It kind of
You
like
grew with it.
I grew that kind of like came after.
Yeah, I had a friend tell me, just so we were mentioning that we were doing this, he's like, oh, in Filipino, sabai means you're with me. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Or like it come with, right? So it's kind of cool. Kind of works in the melodic dubstep world.
Have you heard of that before?
I not for Philippines, but I not in Tagalog, but I know that in like Laos and Cambodian, it also has a very similar to Thai.
It's from the same word family. So yeah.
Interesting.
It's like happy or comfortable, like something like that. Chill.
Nice.
So which instrument did you learn first?
Guitar. I started playing guitar when I was 13. Yeah, that's my first instrument.
Is there anything you want to learn
At this
or
point,
incorporate in your songs?
yes, but I started getting the UFO thing, like you know, like the drum UFO.
Oh
Oh my god,
so much fun, right?
Yeah, it's really fun, but it kind of hurts your arm because like you're like
You're always tapping, right?
You're tapping it, yeah. But it sounds really really cool.
Did you go through the normal, I mean, Canadian, Asian, like growing up, like where you had to go into like musical instruments, like you were forced to do piano or forced to do
Yeah, kinda. But I grew up in Thailand
Yeah.
actually.
When did you move here?
16.
Oh, 16. Okay, so you were past that. Okay. So you didn't have to deal with, because that's usually what I think in Canadian, a lot of Canadian Asians born here, it's always
I
when they're
signed
going.
myself for piano and then I tortured myself.
Oh yeah.
I started to hate it, but
At my school, I didn't have to actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've talked to a lot of people, and they've always had the musical background when they grow up here, either because their
Ah.
parents kind of like throw them in.
Yeah, my mom threw me into piano as well. I had to take like piano lesson when I was in Thailand. And I remember when I wanted to do music, because my parents were like really against me doing music in the
Yeah,
beginning.
I think most.
And then after when I wanted to do music, I'm like, hey, like I'm gonna do this. My mom was like, no, like you can't, like, go finish school. And I'm like, then why did you force me to do those piano lessons? Now that I want to do it, they don't let me,
Mhm.
they just want it as a side skill. Like whip it out during like the family reunions and stuff. Does your family ever ask you to like pull on a show for the family or like relatives?
No, they're really nice. They don't do that.
That's really good.
I feel like sometimes some parents are like, "Oh my god, my son's so famous. Like we would love him to like perform." So
No, they've been really good. My parents are really cute and
Oh,
supportive
that's
now.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
That's good.
So what is your gravitation towards melodic dubstep? Have you like thought about like dabbling with other genres?
Yeah, like I think the music that I want to make, I don't think it's just melodic bass that I like, but I know that I like all my songs to have vocals.
Mhm.
I feel like I really really connect when I get to be in the writing room and then like share my story, be vulnerable with other writers, and then we would like write something to capture how we're all feeling at the time. So I couldn't really do that on songs without vocals, but in terms of like the genre, like I actually like everything. I actually have songs that are house as well,
Yeah.
not just melodic bass.
Well, we say you should always, no matter who the artist is, this goes for everyone, you should always explore other genres, even just to dabble in it, whether you're producing, whether you're DJing, just DJ it for fun, because it inspires you to grow whatever you enjoy, right? And what separates a lot of artists these days is like, what are you bringing unique to the table to kind of like push the scene forward, right? So
Yeah.
it's good to take inspiration from other genres.
Like I think for me, like where I've been kind of pushing, because I feel like melodic bass, there's like a structure to it in a
Mhm.
way, and then once you've like done it for like 4 or 5 years, you kind of hit like the template of a melodic bass
Yeah.
is. And then what I end up doing was I kind of like look into my music that I love growing up listening to. So Linkin Park is
Oh, Linkin Park.
Meteora is like my first CD I've ever bought, and that's why like Fucking I'm Alright is actually very like rock influence.
Yeah.
So that whole track actually barely have any synth. It's actually all live instrument on
Mhm.
that one. And then K-pop, for example, is like another thing that like I just love. So I'm trying to like blend other genre that I like to melodic bass, and that's always kind of fun because it doesn't quite fit right away usually. You kinda
I'm
have
so
to-
happy you mentioned Linkin Park, because like I think like I'm a big EDM head, like listen mostly, but like I went to the Linkin Park show that just happened in
Yeah.
Toronto recently. Although I never got to see Chester perform,
Yeah.
just seeing Linkin Park in person was like childhood memories. Right again.
Mhm,
And just-
totally.
So were you nervous using your own voice for Fuck It, I'm Alright?
I was very indecisive about this decision because so me and Miles Away is another main collaborator on this track with me. We wrote the lyrics together of the chorus of like fuck it, I'm alright. Like, so that part, I was just like sharing him like the story of like what's going on with the tour, the burnout, and then like that lyrics just came very natural. And then when we started singing, like I really felt like so connected to this song. But then I never saw myself as a singer before. So I remember like walking out of that, I was like so in between of like, oh, like we can try to find like a featured male vocalist that can like sing like that. And then we actually ended up like reaching out to like one or two other rock band. But like I remember when I sent the demo, like the whole time, the back of my head was just like, hopefully they said no. Hopefully they said no. And that was when I knew that I wanted to do it myself. And then I had to like talk to Miles Away because I was like, yo, like I'm not a singer, but are you down? Can we just try to like record me singing? And then he was like, yeah, let's do it. And then, when we did it, I was like, this works. And
So
then-
did you get any like
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Real quick, if you're planning on attending any events overseas, you need to sort out your mobile data before you go. No one wants to be that person hunting for dodgy Wi-Fi just to load their ticket or find their friends at 2 a.m. Use Airalo. It's an app that lets you instantly download eSIMs for basically any country. It's super easy. Pick your destination, buy a plan, and boom, you've got data as soon as you land. It's way cheaper than roaming, and you'll be set for maps, messaging, all the fest photos, no stress. Best part? You can get 15% off with our code BnB Hertz 15. Just head to airalo.com or grab the app and enter the code at checkout.
This works. And
So did you get any like advice from like any vocalists, or you just went like straight like?
No, I just went for it. We just watched like a YouTube like voice like how to warm up your voice.
Oh, so you did all those
He
things.
really raw dogged it. Yeah.
We really raw dogged that, and then we just did it.
That's awesome.
So, I know earlier you mentioned like you hit a point, or every DJ that does melodic bass hits a point where you have a template. I always had this question. Do you think there's like a melodic dubstep glass ceiling? Because personally, for me, I feel like I could count like less than 20, maybe even 15 melodic bass DJs that are like consistently on tour or like releasing new music. And it's really hard to hit a point where you could get to that level to receive that much attention. So do you think there's like a glass ceiling?
There's probably glass ceiling on everything, but I also feel like with art it's so subjective that like I think like if you make a song that really connect with people, it will be okay, you know. But I think it's just a natural way where like eventually you're gonna try to tie that back to the music that you like, and then that's how like I feel like that's literally how music evolves. It's just a blend of a proven genre with like something, you know, like hip hop and EDM became trap, like something
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that, you know, and
Right.
it just
Yeah.
keep growing.
Do you think the genre is too niche?
I don't know what that means. Like, what do you mean, like too niche? As in, like,
Okay, right now there's like a lot of like popularity about like around like tech house.
right?
And then like
and-
there's always like the bass heads. Like I feel like bass is like the most popular genre right now for EDM. So like with melodic, I feel like I don't really see as much anymore. And like I said before, it's like harder to achieve a certain level if you look at it in that way. So
Yeah, so I actually felt the pushback from like the festival and all of that. They're definitely not booking melodic bass like they're
Yeah.
used to. However, I believe that all music, it's just a cycle.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back
Yes.
eventually. And then for me, I'm just sticking to what I love making, and it's not exactly melodic bass, but it's like, you know, it's a melodic bass that I'm trying to like change it up a little bit. And then I'm not really trying to chase trend, I guess.
Yeah, that's the
I
main
think
thing
that's,
that
like,
we
the
tell
main
people
thing.
to avoid, right? Is
yeah, I think you kind of lose your like kind of your reputation or like as a DJ when you do dabble in too many things. Like you
Yeah.
kind of like you lose your identity in general.
Well, you're always behind on it, right? But if you follow the trend, as I said, the cycle continues.
Yes.
So you follow that trend, and all of a sudden you're now behind because you're not innovating,
Yeah.
push forward, or you're not personally innovating yourself to like maybe you're gonna because we have a couple local artists. They're incorporating a lot more rock into their, just like how you have a lot more rock into their melodic sets for that reason, because it's pretty niche, but all of a sudden if that wave comes in, they're going to be at the forefront of that. Of that. So just to break down that question a little bit, when you started, like you started with melodic dubstep or melodic in general, or did you look at any other genres?
To be honest, when I put out my first song, technically like second song, which is like Million Days, is like my second song I ever put out. I honestly didn't even reference to any other track. And then I remember when I put it out, people were like, "Oh, like you sound like Alinium," and like all of that. And then like for me, I could see why people like say that because it fits into that genre. But I think it's just a combination of like music that I like, which is like Alinium, like Griffin, like all this stuff, right? So, but I didn't really like, to this day, I feel like my music doesn't sound as like pumpy, like the actual melodic bass actually is. Like I find like tracks from like Ophelia, you know, like these like Seven Lions track, Aluminum, the way that, a bit more technical now, but like the way that sidechain gets pumped and stuff, it's very like heavy. Whereas for me, my stuff is never like that. And then I remember it's not that I didn't want to sound like that, but I didn't know how to make songs like that. So it's just kind of like I guess like a happy accident where like people were like, oh, like you sound kind of a bit different. But it's actually like not on purpose. I just didn't know how those guys do it.
I think with your music, from what I've like listened to and gathered so far, it's like feel good vibes. Whereas like, if we were to like, obviously like not compare, but like if we were to look at other melodic bass DJs, there's a lot of like crying and cry banging, like,
Yeah.
you know, head banging and crying. So, yeah, it's definitely very refreshing. So, I know we talked about like festivals and stuff. So like what's your favorite festival you've played so far?
The favorite one that I played is probably like EDC, I guess, and Lost in Dreams. Actually, Lost in Dreams in
That's
LA.
good you
is
said
my
that
number
because that's the
one.
next question.
Yeah,
Lost in
I
Dreams,
remember
number one.
being at your set at EDC and it was so crowded. All the Asians were there and like I couldn't see you at all. Like I was just like, I'm here. Have a good show. But yeah, we wanted to segment into Lost in Dreams as well. Like, do you think it's like the Super Bowl of dubstep, melodic dubstep?
I feel like that's like Asian festival, basically.
Yeah.
It's like the melodic bass for sure. Because it's Lost in Dreams is it's exactly like that, right?
Yeah,
Melodic bass.
it's the
And then
sound.
like I feel like Asian just gravitates towards like melodic bass so much, maybe because of our childhood trauma that we all share.
Yes.
That is the key
And
factor.
then, and then like for me, like I didn't even think about it. Like when I made melodic bass, I actually just pick it because I love it the most, you know. But then what I realized after is like every party that I go to, the pre-party, post-party, it's always like a Linium, Griffin, Dabin.
Or you hear
set
your own music.
that's like on YouTube, you know.
Yeah. And you hear your own music, right?
Yeah, like I hear it too, when people put them in the set. Yeah.
So what's your favorite song you produced? I know like you have like quite a few hits and you know, Fuck It, I'm Alright is a big one, but is there any other one or you like?
Yeah, I think my top 4 now, I guess, is Fuck It, I'm Alright is number 1. Daydream is my second favorite. Million Days is my third. And then those are like the top 3. And then the fourth one, which I guess it's not out yet, but Say It To Me. That one. I think those 4 are my favorites right now.
We will look forward to Say It To Me. I've always wanted to ask like a DJ with like a really big hit this question. Do you ever get tired of playing Million Days? Like you play it at every show and then people are probably like, encore, encore.
Not really. Yes and no. But I don't know. Maybe because like that song holds so much meaning for me. So like Million Days has like literally like 3 biggest like why it's so crucial for me. It's like first one, it's that song's actually a gift to my ex-girlfriend. It was actually a 6 years anniversary gift to her. But we're broken up now. But we're still on good terms. And then my dad had a stroke actually 1 week before Million Days came out. So because of that, it just tied to like why I care so much about the song. And then last thing is the first achievement that I've ever like gotten. I feel like my whole life up to this point, I've always saw myself as a failure. Like anything that I picked up, I always stop halfway through. I didn't like finish things through. I remember when I told my parents I want to do music, you know, even like my parents were like, oh, like, make sure you stay in school because you're just going to quit again, like after when things gets hard. And I remember I had this like goal that I set for myself, which is to get signed to Monster Cat, which was like my favorite record label at the time. And it took me 6 years to finally get signed to this label, and that was like Million Days. And that's why I think Million Days just holds such a special place in my heart because of these 3 reasons. So no, I don't really get tired of it. But I do think that I will probably start moving it and not put it in the end of my set anymore.
Yeah, I feel like to like the eyes of the public, I feel like it's also a friendship song between you and Huang, because it's like, you know, you always see like, you know, Mike and you together playing the song. It's like it's very cute to see in videos, and I feel like that's like what the audience thinks of it as well.
Yeah, so Daydream is actually the song that celebrate our friendship. It's,
Oh,
it's
wow.
actually not Million Days, it's Daydreams. for
Now
us.
you know.
Yeah.
So I have one. If you like, I guess from your experience, do you have one? It could be anything. One advice you'd give any aspiring artist? Just something you went through that someone may not know.
Yeah, like I think the biggest one is believe in yourself. Like, and I know it sounds so corny, but it's like when you're starting out, like everyone is gonna not believe in you. Like you're literally gonna have to be the only one who root for yourself. Like your parents aren't gonna believe in you, your best friends, you're like everyone's gonna doubt you, right? But you have to be the only one that's like, it doesn't matter, even if nobody believes in me, I'm still gonna do it anyways. And then now that I've seen like all the other successful artists that are able to make it, we all have that one thing in common where it almost seems like we're crazy and we're just very like what's that word when you're just like you don't really listen to anyone, like rebellious,
Stubborn.
Yeah. You're really stubborn. It doesn't matter what people tell you, you just like, I'm doing this, like. And I think if you have that, you'll be okay. You're gonna have to ride like, you know, people doubting you and like all of that, but honestly that's actually the best part, because
Motivation.
yeah, and like even
You're
like
like, I'll show
now-
you.
Yeah, and I don't know about like how like other artists, but I'll speak from my experience. I definitely started doing music for that reason in the beginning of like, oh, I want to prove people wrong, you know.
Yeah.
But then over time, like after like I kind of like got into like certain like stage, I'm just like, wait, I'm not really doing this to like prove people wrong anymore. Like I'm doing this because like I want to do this, you know? So like my reason for doing this now is very different than when I started. But I also think it's pretty normal to have that as your drive, to be like, I want to prove people wrong. But you definitely grow out of it.
Yeah, you need a bit of that type of push, but it cannot like stay like that because it can become toxic. So
It
Yeah.
can help you through those hard moments, right?
Yeah.
That's what it. Yeah, but like, yeah.
anger fuel.
Yeah, like you're fueled by that. But like after, I remember like a year or like maybe like a year or 2 years after me in that mode of like, oh, I'm gonna try to prove people wrong. I'm like, nobody even cares about me, you know? Like this is like, it's always like you versus you. Nobody is like at home thinking about like what SABAI is doing. I don't think, you know, like, so
Maybe your super fans are.
maybe,
verbally.
yeah. But for me, I'm like, yeah, it just feels healthier to just do it for yourself.
Yeah, if you like, you believe in yourself first, and then people will believe in you. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm going through right now. I'm like, instead of saying maybe I'll get there, I'm like I will get there, because I'm like trying to change that mindset, because I'm gonna get there one day.
Yeah. You
It's
just have to
affirmations.
So, yeah, for me,
Yeah.
yeah.
it takes time, but it's like you just have to trust that it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know Ryan has some questions for you as well. So
Yeah. So my first question would be like, are your songs inspired by like things you've gone through in life, or how do you actually find your inspirations to make these songs?
Yeah, for all my songs, I would say 99% of them, they're all from stuff that I actually like went through.
Yeah.
But moving forward, I don't know, I might start writing from like a perspective of like, oh, my friend went through this and I just want to like
Yeah.
write about them. But so far everything has been about me usually. Yeah.
we had this conversation about with like my different friends about Millennium, how like, you know, he writes a lot of like sad breakup songs, and like he's in a happy loving relationship. So I'm like, oh, I wonder what he writes about.
Mm.
I think it's changed for him too, because knowing his history. I mean, he used to have like, he almost died from a drug overdose, right? So
Yeah.
that really, reflecting on that, some of the songs I know Brave was about one of his best friends who passed from an overdose, right? So
Mhm.
it's artists always draw different inspiration, right? So like you can keep innovating your sound as you keep moving forward, which is good.
Yeah.
So the other question I had was like, we were talking about genres earlier. Are you still diving into like any other genres you want to try out, or are you like testing the waters with any of them at all?
I feel like I didn't even think about. I honestly, I don't even think about genre. Like I feel like I'm just making like whatever I like, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then like whatever that sounds like, I guess people can decide what genre or categories they want to put that into. But yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of DJs nowadays, they're getting tired of their own genres, so they're moving to like a lot of people like DJs are moving like DnB or something like that. So
No, I still like the 150 BPM
150.
just because it's easy to DJ for me
Yeah.
at this point with all the catalog that I have on my record box.
Yeah, it's been common in the dubstep world, and not so much melodic dubstep, but everyone. Well, maybe some melodic dubstep. I just saw 7 Lines North Coast set, and he threw in some drum and bass too. Everyone's been like sprinkling something.
even James Hype.
James Hype too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder because like from what I'm understanding from you, you don't specifically like subconsciously don't want to be put in a cookie cutter, and you're just going with the flow. But do you have any pushback from your management for like staying in like one type of music? Or
No, I think my managers they definitely keep me in the loop on what's hot and stuff, like what's hot,
The
what
trends.
festival or a hot booking right now, but they never tell me what to do. And I think the minute that they tell me what to do, I'm probably just gonna tell them to leave me alone. But my managers have been really good. They just let me do whatever I want to do.
like can you give some inside scoop on what type of like trends they've been giving you? Like any like specific direction, maybe like festivals to try to get book or like, reach out to, or any goals?
I don't even know. Like, I feel like I think we like the one that we really shoot for is just like, like it's more like what promoter we're like building with, right? Like, for example, like if I'm building hard to get room with like Insomniac in like LA or whatever, then it's like they're like, oh, Gene, if you want to play like EDC or like off these like, big stage, like if you want to play EDC, then you have to do Palladium and sell it out or something like that. So they kind of like give me like, you need to hit these things, and then if we can, then we can have a conversation about that with the agent. Because like how like the booking works is you have to show the buyer and the promoter that you're worth this many
Yeah,
tickets, and
you're
how to
selling.
show that is you need to like do these hard ticket rooms, right? So I think it's pretty fair. And then I try to not think too much about what festival like comes in. I think it's just more like whoever sees my potential and want to work with me, if they like my music, they believe and they want to like support me, I'm like super happy to be there, to be honest.
I think right now you're in a good state too, because like you're doing your own tour right now, which is like a milestone moment where you're just like with the fucking Almo, right? Like just
Yeah.
going through like you're 33% done, you're just getting the swing of it. So
Mhm.
like that's a big, once that's done, then it's the next door will open, right?
Yeah.
Or already be planning, which will be great.
So like with the rise of festivals in Asia, I know you've done like a bunch of festivals in Asia, like in the Philippines, China, and Thailand. What's your thought about those? Like the production quality? Is there any like work culture differences, since like, it's like a total different work environment as like North America?
Yeah, it's crazy in Asia, like in a good way. I think I mean I haven't played in Philippines yet, but I'm
Oh,
going
I
there
thought-
in like a
oh.
month. Yeah.
I remember. Sorry.
But I've done Thailand and then Hong Kong and China. China was the one that I was really, really what's the word? Intrigued. Like
Mhm.
it's really incredible. Like the fans are really, really like they really love
Passionate,
bass music.
yeah.
They're really passionate. And the production is like really crazy there too. So I think the scene for bass music is growing really strong there. I feel good about it. And then Thailand, I played at Together Festival back I think last year, I think. That was also like really good. Yeah, like Asia's I feel like Asia is kind of like maybe like 6-7 years behind whatever the US is kind of doing usually.
Okay.
They're a
So-
sponge. I always like to call them a sponge right now.
But
where, like-
production wise,
Oh, but
production-wise
is
is
crazy.
crazy. Yeah,
You
yeah.
walk into like a club in Asia and it's like
Yeah.
it's like crazier than Vegas.
I
Yeah.
think we saw a video, I think last night in our group chat, like you can, I don't know if it was Thailand or China, you go to a spa and there's like lights, like just beaming lights like in the ceiling to the wall to the floor. So
Mhm.
like I think the production there is definitely very crazy, but do you have any like do you see any differences with the work culture even though like you're just like touring, so like you're getting on the stage, prepping for your set? Like, do you see any differences between like the agencies there or like the organizers?
Mm.
Any work differences?
Mm, not really. I guess like I don't really. I can only speak from like the artist
Perspective.
perspective, like as in like to other artists, because like when I play at these festivals, I don't really get to see the how all the people put together like the festival, because that would be a question for like my team and my
Right,
agent,
right.
because they deal with those. Whereas for me, I think like I only deal with like I'll say hi to like the buyer there and like all of that, but it's more like the artists that are in Asia, then I'll be like, oh, that's their work ethic.
Mhm.
So I feel like doesn't matter where you're at, what country or whatever, all artists have like the
love of
one that
music.
make it, like they're all the same. They're all like, like live this 24/7, you live and breathe it.
Yeah.
And then the way that you like when you talk to them, they just have their own identity that is so clear that they're like not really following anyone. I think it's doesn't matter if you're in America or China. It's the same.
But right now, I know a lot of people we talk to, they get FOMO seeing everything in Asia because it's now the hot spot, I would say, of like where you want to go. Like right now with what is the EDC Thailand
Yeah,
coming
there's
up.
so many festivals in Thailand now. Like,
It's actually amazing. But like they have less, like the production's insane because I feel like they don't have as many restrictions as we have here for some production stuff. But like it's just, I think right now everyone's trying to go there and play.
Yeah, like I
Amazing.
think Asia, especially like Thailand, I feel so like blessed that like for me, I'm not like, oh, like I grew up in like North America. I actually was born in
Yeah,
Thailand,
yeah.
so I actually live and breathe the culture half of my life before I moved. So when I moved to Canada, I actually couldn't speak English. So like I'm like a super like Thai
Super Thai.
person.
Yeah.
So to see that, the festival and music scene is like really popping. Like I feel like the Thai government is. I
Open?
feel like they see how much Korea, K-pop has done for the country, because like the Korean government really support like the K-pop and like all of that. I have an assumption that Thailand is gonna try to do the same thing. And I think the reason why Thailand, I think, would go really, really far is because Thailand is already a hub for traveling and like vacation for people. So the infrastructure of Thailand is very like all the hotel
Developed.
and accommodation, like all of that. Like if you're a foreigner, it's really easy to get around in Thailand because this whole system is already set up. So because of that, as like the music scene is getting bigger and the festival is happening more, I think it's gonna be really, really big in Asia, in Thailand especially. So feel kind of lucked out that I grew up in Thailand.
Yeah, I feel like you're probably one of the few or only touring Thai DJ right now, like in North America, and like
Yeah, if you guys can tag or like let me know. Like I actually don't know other Thai artists
actually
that
can't think of
are
any.
touring.
Me neither.
shout out, talk to us.
So talking about like melodic dubstep in general, when you started, what year was it when you started like going into the genre?
I mean, I started producing when it was like 2014, I think. But then
2014.
I put out Million Days in 2020.
Okay, so you were there almost like when it was like taking off when Seven Lions released like World and
Yeah, but I feel like it's like the same conversation. I remember when I put like Million Days out, people were like literally telling me like, other artists, other like label, they're like, oh, this is already saturated, you know?
Yeah.
I remember like people were like, oh, like there's already like Alinium, William Black, And then I remember talking to one of my artist friends. I was like, oh, but I can play guitar. And then they're like, oh, Dabin can do that. Like, so like I remember I got the pushback the same way of like, oh, like don't do it, like it's already saturated.
That's where our
Original.
question came back earlier,
But
right?
the
about
thing
that.
is, it's like, but that felt like the most true to me. So
Yeah.
I just stuck to it, and then like, and
The
I was able
song
to make it work.
matured. Like
And
it
it's
like
fine.
came. Yeah.
because of the cycles, where do you see it going though? Like the actual sound. Do you see it? Because I know like color base kind of came in too. A lot of people were incorporating color base, like happy sounds.
Yeah, like I think I know where it's at right now is like the bass that are kind of like the alley cat gorilla tee kind of like that style is like really really poppin'. I don't know how to make those sounds. I love it, but I think that's another thing that's like, I guess like for me, I don't see producing and DJing is exactly the same thing. So for me, like when I produce stuff, I focus more on like the songwriting, the lyrics, the chord structure, and like all of that. But when I DJ, I think that's where I have my fun, where like it doesn't matter what genre I produce, I can just mix my own song with the vocal and then just mash it up with other genre that I actually love.
Yeah.
And because of that, but everyone's different, right? I think that's why like the art of DJing is so like, there's so much you can do. It's like if you make house, you could stick with house. But for me, because I focus on the vocals, I can just blend that with other genre. And then if you guys have like watched or seen my set, I like play like everyone from like John Summit, like ISO Knock to Alinium to like Dabin. Like I just
You also
mix
have to be a
everything.
performer, right? When you're
Yeah.
behind the decks, right?
Yeah, and I think that's why it's fun when you're DJing. You just
Yeah.
mix stuff together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we talked about all this perspective in the scene and industry. What's your thoughts on Adventure Club's current tour and Seven Lions' latest track? Have you listened to it?
The Adventure Club throwback tour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it was great. I experienced it the first time in Dallas at Silo because I was their support. And I remember I was like kind of like in the green room area, and then I heard Internet Friends. So Internet Friends was like how I got into EDM. I remember I was like, oh my god, and then like I ran out, and it was such a nostalgic like feeling. No, I think their throwback tour is like really cool because that's kind of when I got to EDM. You
Yeah.
know, those like
2014,
It goes back.
right?
We're in that
Before.
cycle right now where it's just
Yeah.
like people are like missing that old sound, and I
See,
think
like,
even some of
it
them kind of
comes
know
back.
it comes back exactly.
You know?
It's so funny because you said you first remixed like a song from Vice Tone. My first rave was Vice Tone in 2014. But yeah, what do you think of Seven Lions' latest track? Have you listened to it?
I haven't heard it yet. No,
Oh, yeah,
I haven't
It-
heard
it's
it yet.
it's with Curly, so Worlds Apart. Like the singer from Worlds Apart.
Ah.
Yeah, like, but I wanted to mention it because it's one of my favorite DJs, and I know you also had like he was in Thailand with you.
Yeah, we got a
Go on.
tattoo together. It's super
Yeah.
random.
Like, do you see more like collaborations in the near future with like that with like the record label with Ophelia?
Like me sending stuff to Ophelia.
Yeah.
I think I have a song coming out with them actually.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
oh, we can share it now too.
Oh my
I guess.
God.
So I have a collab with Trivecta actually.
Oh.
That's gonna come out on Ophelia.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
He's doing his tour too, I think, right now.
He's
Yeah.
coming soon. He's coming soon.
Yeah.
Ophelia's my favorite label. So when you like first sent like music and you like posted it, I was like, oh my god. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, so we're both really excited for the track. It's actually kind of like funny because both me and Sam, we call him Sam. So me and Sam, we both play guitar, but Sam is like a really really good guitar player. Like for me, like I just play whatever I feel like, sound good, but I can't play like complicated stuff.
Yeah.
But Sam is like so good.
Yeah,
So
he has shredding moments. I remember
Yeah.
a couple of sets.
So there's some solo segments or like duo segments.
Yeah, so when we wrote the guitar solo together, I was just like, dude, like I can't go faster than this, like, and the way that he's like does stuff, I was like, dude, like I don't know, like it's gonna be so obvious, and it's like I'm just playing like the simple stuff, and he's doing all these crazy stuff. But I think we made it work. We will make it work.
I am uber excited for this.
Yeah.
Like I love like guitar like segments in between like in between EDM songs. I just feel like it brings so much flavor to it.
Yeah, it'll be us doing guitar solo on stage together.
So
one
is
day.
the name TBD or like
It's called Faded Dreams.
Mm.
oh another dreamy like into the melodic type of vibe.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you like a story about that a little bit because I think it's a really cool shared experience that me and Sam have. Why we like really like the song is Faded Dream is, I think the chorus is something like along the line of like what we have like right now that we're doing is like a faded dreams of like a lot of other people. Like, you know, the life that we're living right now that we get to be an artist. It's a dream that the younger version would have like be like so stoked for, and a lot of
Yeah.
other art like aspiring artists would be like, oh, this is like where we want to be. But the whole song is about like why are we still feeling like it's not enough. So that's kind of like the faded dream.
I think it's a very human experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you come so far, but sometimes like you should like not you, but like in general, you should take a step back and think about like, you know, the young 20-year-old SABAI or like 20-year-old Christine, like would have really loved this.
Yeah. You can definitely say Sabai. I feel like every artist like go through this, you know. I think it's like part of it. Of like
The journey.
yeah, it's like you're chasing whether it's like you're chasing the stream count, you're chasing the follower count, you're chasing like selling out shows, like all of this, and then you keep chasing that, and at one point you're just like, wait, like that's not the point of me wanting to do this. And then like you're back to like being okay again because you're not like focusing on that, and then you caught yourself doing something similar but you're chasing like a different things, and it's like a cycle.
I gotta just with our industry right now, do you enjoy the social media aspect that you have to do for promoting?
Yes and no. Like I want to say no, but I also feel like that's just me making an excuse for it, because basically the reason why I even made it, or a lot of artists can even make it in today's world, is because of how open TikTok and Instagram and social media allow us to be able to be independent artists. Whereas in the past, the only way to make it is you need to get signed by a label and get a big advance so that they can pay you to like build a records with them, and then they will like have like money to spend on like marketing and like all of that. But because that line is now removed, it's actually good because it's now giving artists the power to actually do all of this themselves. So it's annoying for sure. I don't like doing video editings, but I also feel like you really can't have it both ways, because the reason why like I even like get to do this full time is because it's the playing field is now leveled for everyone, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, some people, there's a big like argument, the thing that it takes away from the music. Like nowadays it's just like social media is maybe more sometimes than the music that you produce. Like obviously you have your core, but if you don't know how to market yourself, you may not see the growth that you're willing to do unless your personality, or unless you're like your passion is showing in your videos. Could be as simple as like a camera pointing to you, just talking about it. It's
never
tough.
that easy though.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like even for me, like I feel like I struggle with like promoting my music too. Like I feel like I spend so much time on like making the music, but when it comes to actually promoting it, I find it so hard because I don't really know how to like do it, you know?
You're an artist, not a like marketing person.
Yeah, but nowadays I feel like it comes with
You kind
the
of
job.
have to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from what I'm hearing, you still dabble with the social media on your platform.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Yeah.
Very interesting to hear. So going back to, you know, social media, having your identity and representation, I know you've like joined the Hidden Horizon label that Elefante created. What is your take on its role in the scene? Because it's more of like an AAPI type of collective.
Yeah, for sure. So me and Elefante and Michael Tam, we actually started that together in the beginning. And it was for that reason of like, you know, we wanted to like support upcoming like AAPI artists and like all of that. And what I realized was that I was so busy with like my other stuff that I had to like step away from that. So I was like, Tim, like I'm so sorry, I just couldn't continue. And it's also because I wanted to do my own stuff too with IKIGAI, which is like a label, and basically it's like the same thing, except for my IKIGAI, I don't want to just focus on AAPI. Because like I have so many friends in the industry that are like non-Asian as well, and to me, I just want to work with people that are passionate, and it doesn't really matter what race you are. But for me, like I can't take away from how many fans of mine are Asian. I'm like really grateful for that. But I just believe that everyone, as long as you like,
Yeah.
love music, it should be okay. So my take on Hidden Horizon, I think it's incredible. Tim is an amazing, amazing person. So nothing bad to say at all.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
My
all
favorite song of
positive
yours is
things.
actually "Say It Like You Mean It" with
Yeah.
with the collab. That's actually my favorite song from
Thank
you.
you. Yeah. So story about that one. That's the fastest song ever we
Oh,
ever
really?
wrote. We wrote the lyrics within like the whole thing in 45 minutes actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's pretty
How
cool.
high is the BPM?
How 150?
Oh,
Yeah.
still at the.
Yeah, it's honestly, lyrics are beautiful for that song too.
Thank
So
you. Yeah.
45 minutes, that's impressive. Crazy.
Yeah.
So, talking about representation, continuing that conversation about identity, how do you identify with Canada and being a Vancouverite?
How do I identify with
Yeah.
I feel like I see myself as like a Thai Canadian artist, I guess. And like Vancouver is like my second home, So
Mhm.
I definitely have some pride in that. Like definitely like a proud Thai Canadian. I like I'm not sorry, what's the question again? Like
Oh, like how do you identify with Canada? Because you most of your upbringing was in Thailand, and then you had to move here, and then you were like in school for a bit. So like,
mhm.
how do you identify with like the Canadian landscape? Just like being a citizen in the country. Since this podcast is Canadian, just wanted your experience with
Ah.
Canada. Yeah.
I think Canada is so incredible in how supportive they are to the artists. So they have like these grant and like program where they're like supporting like Canadian to be able to like go on tour in the
Mhm.
US. So Canada is definitely a smaller market compared to like the US, right? Like I feel like US is probably like 10 times bigger than
Yeah.
Canada,
Yeah.
but the crowd and everything, it's very I think like melodic bass, same thing. Like I feel like Vancouver, Toronto is like a second home. It's kind of like LA and New
Mhm.
York. So I feel really proud to say that I am an artist that came out of Vancouver. I know that there's so many other artists from Vancouver that are really talented
Mhm.
that are now like breaking out. There's like, guys like Fairlane,
Mm.
Huang is also from Vancouver. So it's cool to be like, hey, like we're Canadian.
Yeah.
I guess like for me, I didn't
Hometown
really
pride.
see.
It's always hometown pride.
Yeah,
At
but for
least,
me,
like,
I
for
didn't
you.
just see as Vancouver. I guess for me, I see myself more like Canadian as like a whole. So
Oh, okay.
even like Excision, he's
Yeah.
like
Yes.
from
Mhm.
Kelowna,
BC.
like
Yeah.
so there's definitely like us, we're
Yes.
making
We're here.
waves. So
We're all here. Um, so I know we talked about Canada and Vancouver, and you also representing your Thai background with like your merch. Uh, do you find that your background brings a lot of influence in your music as well?
yeah, 100%. I think the music that I make subconsciously, it came from music that I grew up listening to. So like the chord progression and stuff in the song that I listen, like Thai song or like whatever, it becomes the melody that I choose for sure. Yeah.
Do you think you ever plan on like bringing like the Thai language or like Thai vocals into your music?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I think there's gonna be like it's kind of like you're building a house. You like some things have to be in place first, but I do see myself working with more Thai artists. I want to be the bridge that bring the two worlds together. So I actually met this guy named Botcash, who is a really, really amazing DJ and producer in Thailand. And he's like really, really popular in Thailand, but it was really hard for any Thai artist to break out of Thailand because there's not really that many Thai artists that make it out, right? So because of that, because I grew up in Thailand, I also live in North America, I really understand the culture of both worlds. So when I met Botcash, he introduced me to all like the top of the top like Thai artist community, and I'm like, wow, like you guys have this too. And then for them, they're like, oh my god, you're doing this. So I feel like the bigger that I get, and maybe even like with IKIGAI, like my label, I think I can be that bridge that connect the two worlds together. Yeah.
So, what's your future direction? Speaking of Ikigai Live, because you're incorporating like a live band.
Yeah, so Ikigai Live is the most proud project I've ever built, to be honest. It's really like it's so much more work than a regular DJ set. That because like when you're doing a band, you're not just like a USB and that's it anymore. Like literally every instrument comes with its own like, cable and routing, and then now you need like an in-ear setup and everything. And I'm just so proud of it because the first time that I did this was at Palladium in LA, where I'm like performing live, and it's like a hybrid between EDM and the DJ, and it makes me realize how fun it is. Because when you perform like as a band, there's something that a DJ can't really do, and it's the collaboration, I guess. Because like when you're like jamming live with people or playing a show, there's like this moment where you're in a pocket with everyone, where like the drummer and the bass and the guitar, and then you can just feel it that everyone is like so in sync. And then when that moment happened, it's like, oh my god, it's like it's like crazy. Whereas like I guess like when you're DJing, like you can't really like, it's not the same as back to back, like this is like everyone playing simultaneously, and that's why I want to do more of these. It's just a lot more work, but it's a show that I'm doing it because I want to.
I see.
Did you know that nearly 25% of adults experience hearing damage from loud noise exposure, like the music at clubs or festivals? Once it's gone, it's gone. That ringing you hear after a night out? It's a sign that your ears are crying for help. Hears provides earplugs that reduce noise levels by up to 21 decibels, enough to protect your hearing while still letting you feel the bass and enjoy the show. Get up to 30% off when you group buy with 5 friends. Click the link in the description now or scan the QR code on the screen. Don't wait till it's too late. Order today so you have it for your next event.
We had like we have another segment that we wanted to ask you about, which is wellness and mental health, which is a topic that we really care about on the podcast. We've mentioned "fuck it, I'm all right" a few times already. I think it ties really well with like speaking about like your burnout and self-care as an artist.
Yeah.
I know Ryan has a few questions for that as well.
Yeah. So was there like a specific time where you felt like you weren't gonna make it, but then like you were just like, screw this, I'm still pushing through?
Yeah, like in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like I think like I have videos like on my phone, like when we wrote this song, we just kind of like put the camera up and we just like,
I remember
it was really, yeah,
I think I saw you get emotional, right? Yeah.
Like I was not okay, I was really scared for my safety, like health wise, because I don't think people should be sleep deprived for that long.
I know how you feel.
And like your heart is like pumping it, and it's like it's like it's a scary feeling to be like, on one side you have this dream that you want to pursue and play all these big stage and like all of that, and then the other side is like, but what if you're dead, or like what if you're like in the hospital, and then like and I really, at that time, like I didn't even tour the same level as like Avicii and like all of that, but I think what I went through is probably a fraction of what he probably experienced. So I felt like I understood what that was for the first time, where the big thing was I think I didn't know my boundaries for and the thing is like when you're going through touring and stuff, you don't really know,
Yeah.
you don't know what you don't know, right? And for me, after that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna not do more than 2 shows a week anymore. Whereas before I was like, oh, like this market, like let's do it too. Yeah, let's take that too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like fans want me there, like we'll do that too. And then the truth is, at that point, I really felt like I was a product, and I felt like I was like a product, like a toothpaste or whatever that like get on a plane in this like metal piece of plane flying in the air, go there to make people happy,
Yeah.
to like make the fans like to entertain the fan, like all of that, make the promoter money, make the team happy, and like all of that. But the thing is, at that time, because it was pushing too far, I wasn't doing it for me anymore. And that's when the burnout hit. But no one was doing anything wrong. Like my team, their job is to push me,
Yeah.
right? And the fans, they pay the tickets. They should be able to like enjoy and get entertained, like all of that. But it came down to I didn't know how to like create boundaries for myself. And I think that was like the biggest thing is like my job was to actually fight for myself and to take care of myself, to voice where I'm at. And then nobody knows that answer other than you. Like if you're a touring artist, only you know. Like sometimes like people will tell me like, oh my God, Jin, you're so busy. Like, are you like, can you do this? And then the thing is like sometimes like, no, like I can handle this. But like only you know that,
Yeah.
So I think burnout comes on usually, like burnout for me, it happened because I kept saying yes and I didn't know when to
Because
say
you didn't
no.
pace yourself. Yeah.
I didn't pace myself because I thought, well, I didn't know,
Cool. You watched the VG documentary, right?
Yeah, I think I did long time
The
ago.
one quote that resonated with me the most was like, he said, I was happier before I was famous because he didn't know when to stop.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think the human mind is like a very strong thing, but your body is very fragile. The human body is very fragile. So it's nice that like you like that incident made you aware. Do you have any tips for like people in general for self-care or any DJs?
Yeah, like just I'm not perfect, like I still drink here and there, but like stuff that you can cut out. I think if you just like really sit down, spend like 15 minutes, just like really sit down and think how you can like tour better and healthier, you'll know right away it will start to come up. But like for me, I think sleep was like my biggest struggle, and I already find like tips that work for me. I mean, I can share it if there's like other people that are struggling with like sleep. So I find the thing that helped me the most was after the show, I do a cold shower.
Oh,
cold
like,
shower, really?
Yeah. So like I would like blast it to like cold for like 30 seconds. And then for some reason that helped like reset the adrenaline. Eat banana. Banana seems to help. Don't eat like big meals like a few hours before. Cutting out alcohol is really big because even though alcohol can help you fall asleep, it doesn't keep you stay asleep. I got Aura Ring, so that helped me track my sleep.
Yeah.
So I think like any kind of like Apple Watch, like all of that really helped. Try to like exercise as much. Forcing yourself to go to the gym when you don't want to, like really helped. Sunlight, that's like another big thing. So when you're on tour, I feel like everything is trying to take you out of your regular routine. The more that you can build like some sort of like routine for yourself, the better. And then now the artist that I really, really look up to is shout out Adventure Club. So
Canadian.
I saw them on tour, the few stops that I was with them, and they're so healthy. Like
Really?
first time that I met them, I think I met them at Whole Food.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, like they were getting like this like roasted chicken, and then like they have their own like protein and everything. And I was like, wow, that's how they do it for like 10 years, like, or even longer. It's so inspiring to see like an artist do it in a healthy way for me.
So, semi fun question, semi for wellness. Is there anything healthy you ask for your rider typically?
I think I should add banana back in there, but
What's in there?
like I have the ginger shots.
Oh, ginger shots.
He's like a Pilates girly. Like they offer it to me after every like reformer Pilates class. Yeah.
But yeah, like any like fruits and stuff, and I have like protein like drinks. That's actually really important. It's so hard to get your protein when you're traveling.
That's true.
So I just got like the Fairlife. I got coconut water from Harmless Harvest. Yeah.
Oh, I should look into that. Well, thank you for sharing. Now we're on to our last closing segment. And we have a surprise set of questions from our shared good friend, Brandon Dream Driver.
Oh.
So, yeah, I asked him to ask you some questions.
We didn't edit any of these, so they're exactly how he told them. So
yeah, I literally copy and pasted it. I asked him, and then I copy and pasted it right into our rundown. So these are some questions from him. We always have a hot take segment, so they're in there as well. First question. Why are all your songs in C major? Brackets. Same chord progression too.
Oh, it's so funny. So, Dream Driver is actually my second guitar player at like the IKIGAI live. That's why I guess he figured out all the chords, because he was like, oh my god, it's all in the same structure. I don't know, man. Like I write stuff in white keys, like on piano, C major, A minors, like all the white keys. It's like super easy. That's why.
The black keys are too far. Okay, thank you for asking. Second question. Do you make the vocal chop new for each song, or do you just sample Million Days?
I sample Million Days like 2 times, I think. So Daydream is like the same as Million Days, but I think everything else it's new, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. How many takes did it get you to record Fuck It, I'm Alright? He's questioning your vocals.
I know we did it in 2 days. Like first time was like we tried to record it at like 7 p.m. at like miles away place, and he was like, dude, like we can't, like we're neighbors gonna complain, So we just called a session, and then literally the next day I think we just did it for like the whole day, and then so I don't like.
You were truly meant for this song that you wrote, because it only took 2 days, right? That's pretty quick considering.
Usually professional vocalists do it in like a few hours or like an hour or 2.
I see. Last question. I don't know if your girlfriend's gonna get mad at this, but hottest girls, which city?
Toronto.
Oh, there you go.
Represent. Thank you for answering those questions, and thank you, Brandon. Some more wholesome questions. What are you most excited about for the rest of your year? And any final messages to your fans?
Sorry, one more time. I totally just blanked out the whole time. I was just like looking at the wall.
Yes, it's a long one. But what are you most excited about for the rest of the year? Any final messages for your fans?
Yeah, like the one that I'm excited for the most is definitely the IKIGAI Live New York. That, like I said, like if you guys can make it, like that would be
What's the
show.
venue?
It's at Terminal 5.
Ooh.
And then second thing is like my EP that's coming out, the Fuck It, I'm Alright EP with like, Say It To Me song with Andy and Halian. Those are the 2 projects that I'm looking forward the most right now.
Is he DJing or singing? I think he's starting to dabble in DJing, right, Andy?
I'm not sure if he start DJing yet. I know he wants to, but I know he's just singing. At least
okay.
for me right now, it's just singing.
Okay. And then any final messages for your fans, closing remarks, shout outs, promos?
Yeah, message for fans is I'm so grateful, like honestly, to see like the growth that I'm having and seeing a lot of like faces of recognizing fans that were at like my very first show, and then they keep coming back, like the like in every city, LA, Denver, SF, like Toronto. It's probably one of the best feeling is to see my very first fan showing up continuously.
I think I've
Um,
seen you in like 4 cities at this point.
Yeah.
I think you did an unofficial thing where I saw you in SF like a few years back, and then this year I saw you at EDC, but you weren't performing, I saw you in the crowd. But it's nice to see familiar faces. Did you know I was like doing this podcast?
No, I had no idea.
Well, enough about me. Anything else to say or any promos? Just come to his tour. And what's the date for the IKIGAI show in New York?
That one is November 15. And I guess message, I think like the mental health and like the tour, I guess that's the part that I really care. I think like I'm speaking that not just as an like a touring artist, but I feel like we all go through it. Like nowadays, I think the pressure of social media and everything, it's so high, and everyone is always like stressing, and just remember to be kind to one another, I guess. I think
We need
that's-
that in this right now, in
Yeah.
this day and age, too,
Yeah.
right? With everything going on.
Yeah,
Trying
like
to
I
avoid it.
think just like more of that. I
Yeah.
think like I don't know, maybe that's like what I've been seeing too. It's just like we're kind of tilted too much on like that intense side right now, and I feel like the more we can remind ourselves to be nice to each other, it's probably better.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Sabai, and thank you, Ryan.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Savai, on this one. And
Thank you,
if
man.
you guys are in town, definitely come to the department show, and also definitely check out one of the tour stops upcoming.
Well, by the time they hear this, they missed it.
They missed the
We'll have
department.
another story. So it's fine. But yeah, that's it for this episode. So thanks for tuning in to this this week. We hope you enjoyed it. We are close to our goal of 1K subscribers. So please share with a fellow raver. Spread the word. If you're traveling outside of Canada, we have a discount code with Airalo, a traveling eSIM. You can use our code BnB Hertz 15 for 15% off when you're traveling. Quick shout out to Jelly IV. If you have a night of potential partying, definitely take a Jelly IV. It'll make the hangover less intense the next day. And we also have an affiliate with Hears. Hears, you got to protect your ears when you go to these shows. So definitely, they're a brand from the Netherlands. They sponsor a lot of festivals in Europe and also here. You can get a discount if you group buy. So definitely check them out. And yeah, that's it. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.